Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about progression in Last Oasis. More specifically, fragments, tech tree progress, stat progress, tablets, and just some other tips to help you along the way. We got a lot to talk about and go over, so let's get to it. We're going to start off with the more basic stuff and work our way towards the advanced stuff. Keep in mind this may differ depending on how many people you play with. I play with one other friend and I think this would be good for smaller groups or solo players. The most fundamental part of progression in Last Oasis is going to be fragments. There's a few different ways to get them, and knowing how to efficiently find them is going to really speed up your progression in this game and help you get to the next level. So throughout exploring Last Oasis, you're going to find wrecks. These wrecks are going to have bags which are going to contain 1 to 2 fragments, and they're going to have larger destructible items like this chest which can contain up to 7 or 8 fragments. They're still worth picking up, but there is more efficient ways to find fragments in this game. Keep in mind, a lot of times at these larger wrecks there is a hidden bag up here that's going to contain 1 or 2 fragments as well, so that may be worth grabbing if you're good with your grappling hook. My preferred way of finding fragments is going to be with a ballista and a harpoon. If you find these wrecks that look like this, they have a large crate. If you harpoon them, you can drag them and it'll actually open them. They usually contain 20 or more fragments, so they're very efficient. These sites also have bags you can pick up by hand, so don't forget to grab that. There's also similar looking wreckages that have flammable crates at them. Those can be opened using a fire arrow through the ballista. I haven't really done a whole lot myself because I find those fire arrows are pretty expensive to make, but they do drop about the same amount of fragments as these harpoon crates. So once you found a bunch of fragments, you're ready to unlock some stuff through the tech tree. There's a few tips here that I've found that'll help you progress a little bit faster. So a lot of the really important unlocks are going to be in the equipment and crafting trees. These two things are what's going to prevent you or aid you in progressing further down the tech tree. The thing that I think is the most important to unlock is going to be better tools. For example, if you unlock a sickle or a scythe, you're going to get a lot better yields from rupu vines, from fiber, from things that you would harvest by hand normally, and it's going to make it a lot easier to not only progress further down the tree, but to craft materials and things that would normally take you a lot longer. The thing that goes hand in hand with that is going to be crafting stations and materials. So you're unlocking all these fancy tools, all this better equipment, you're going to need better materials and crafting stations in order to make that. So you're also going to have to unlock that. That's what I'd invest your first few hundred fragments into, because that's going to get you the furthest. One thing to consider at this point though is who else are you playing with? What do they have unlocked? What are their goals? Can you divvy things up that way you all don't unlock the same things? Maybe if you find what you want to do, they can find what they want to do and you don't all spend fragments unlocking the same few tools. So as you're progressing, you're eventually going to see this yellow icon. This is a tablet. Tablets can't be gathered through chests and bags like fragments can. You actually have to craft them. This is what's going to be necessary to unlock any of the more advanced technology. In order to create tablets, you'll have to go to hard zones, so you do want to level up a little bit before you get to that point. In hard zones, you'll see points of interest. You can craft tablets at those points of interest, or if you explore enough, you can find these ruins. These ruins will have ancient fabricators in them, which can also be used to craft tablets. In order to craft these though, you're going to need 2 things. One is going to be at least 100 fragments. Every 25 fragments gives you a chance of 1 tablet. So if you put 100 fragments into the ancient fabricator, you could get up to 4 tablets out of it, but you're generally not going to get all 4. The other thing you're going to need is torque. You're going to need 400 torque per 100 fragments in order to have a chance to make those 4 tablets. You can get torque from your walker or from these items you can craft that are called windmills, and they will generate torque even when you're not moving on your walker. To actually transfer this torque from your ship or the windmills to these fabricators, you're going to need to create torque batteries or torque backpacks. These can also be unlocked through the tech tree, and they'll allow you to transfer that torque over to the fabricator. One thing to keep in mind is there is different kinds of tablets. They'll have different pictures on them. So if you have different types of tablets, say you have 3 different kinds, you can't unlock a 3-cost technology with those 3 different tablets. You would need 3 of the same kind of tablet. It doesn't matter which kind it is, you just need 3 of that same kind. So keep that in mind. The last thing I want to go over is player stats. It's also one of the most important things that's going to have a huge impact on your gameplay. So every time you level up, you'll get 1 stat point. As you can see here, I have 2 stat points. So you can invest those into 4 different perks. You have health, mobility, stamina, and damage. The 2 stats that I would recommend leveling up first, and I think are going to be the most important, is health and damage. Keep in mind though, once you hit level 10 in both health and damage, it's going to cost 2 stat points to level it further. So for example, to get to level 15 health is going to cost 20 stat points. This is one of those things that's completely up to you, and depending on the playstyle you have, you may prefer different skills. Just keep in mind, as you level up, it gets harder and harder to continue to level up, so it's going to be harder to level these stats. So this is a quick overview of the progression system in this game. If there's any questions you guys have, let me know down in the comments. If there's anything I didn't cover or you think I could have covered better, please also let me know, because I'm still learning as well. I hope this helps somebody out. Please subscribe if you want to see further Last Oasis videos. I do have a couple other videos touching on other topics in a similar style if you want to learn more. Thanks, and peace.